Miana Harris Family Communication Genogram Project. This is my genogram. In my family, my mother and my father and I are all the last child, the next to last child conceived. The squares are male, the triangles are female. The date on the left is the date they were born, the year they were born. The date on the right is the year that they died, if it's the date on the right. The X denotes if they're dead. We all have one sibling beneath us, my mother, father, and I, and they are the same gender as us. My mom and her sister, my dad and his brother, and me and my younger sister. In my genogram, my mother's side is on the left, the Duran side. My father's side is on the right, the Harris side. My mother's side is composed of 8 children, including her, 6 girls, 2 boys. My father's side is composed of 5 children, 2 girls, 3 boys. My father was very close with his mother, as the orange squiggly represents. And so is my younger sister, close with my father. I am also very close with my father, as the bold line represents. My dad is close with his eldest sister also. 2 of my aunts are very close. And my mother is very close with her youngest sister, as am I, which the bold line represents. My brother and my dad have a very conflicting, distant relationship, which the dotted line represents, as do me and my mother. This genogram diagram represents birth and death. Both of my parents, including me, again, are the next to last child. The max age for a woman to live in both families is 90 years. So, the red with the hearts, that's my grandmother. She's 90 years old, 91 this year. The minimum age for a woman to die in both families is 57. And that is my aunt right here. The pink with the stars. The max age for a man to live is 62 years, which was my dad's dad, my grandfather, who lived from 20 to 82. And the minimum age for a man to die is 3 years, which was my mom's brother. And you can see the X, which means he died, and the dots. The birth pattern in my family is girl, boy, girl. As you can see, pink, green, pink, pink, green, pink. And these are my kids, pink and green, so it's likely if I have another child, it's going to be a girl. The next one is geography. My mother's side of the family is from Mississippi. So, the red denotes Mississippi. Some of them migrated from the south to the Midwest, like Chicago and Michigan. Michigan is green and Chicago is pink. So my aunts, they all went to Chicago. And this one also went from Mississippi, Chicago to Michigan. Mississippi and Michigan, Mississippi and Michigan. And these stayed in Mississippi. Also my grandfather and my grandmother has been to all 3 also, Chicago, Mississippi, and Michigan. They've all lived there. On my father's side of the family, it's primarily from Alabama, but they lived or migrated to Michigan primarily. So the green is for Michigan, the orange is for Alabama, Birmingham. My grandparents never moved from there, but 2 of the kids didn't, but all the rest of them did. And my brother and sister primarily have lived in Michigan. That's what the green denotes. I've lived in Michigan and I live in New York. And so does my boyfriend and my kids. The next one is education. On my mother's side, my grandparents never finished high school, and that denotes the orange. And my uncle also, he died when he was 3, so he never got to. But on my father's side, my grandparents both received their high school education, high school diploma, which denotes the red high school diploma. In both families, the females were more apt to attend college courses and earn a degree, associate's or bachelor's, which college denotes the stripe and college degree is the green. So they went to high school. Everyone went to high school and finished on this level. And this aunt did some college and these got a degree. And so this aunt on my dad's side also received a degree. And after I passed this class, I'll have mine too. And they went to college also. Some college. So, with all this said, what I learned was that my family is very diverse. That during the time when my grandparents had kids, it was a very different time. As you can see, it's not as likely now that you won't finish high school, but back then they worked and it wasn't, taught to African Americans as much as we get the chance to do it now. So, and they had a lot of kids back then, which a lot of people don't do anymore. So, they just usually have 1 or 2. I learned that genograms give you an outline of your family history, and I'm very glad that I was able to find out more information about my family doing this project. Thank you. Any questions? Any questions? No questions. Thank you. Yeah.
So, how long have your family been to Michigan?
My mother, probably about 20, I'm 27, so probably about 35, 36 years, something like that. 36 years, I would say. It was before any of us were born. So about 36 years. My dad, probably about 40 years.
So when you was did you visit Alabama and Mississippi?
Yeah, we used to go to Alabama every year, and we always have our family reunions, usually in Mississippi. So every year we have our family reunions in Mississippi. It was in California this year, but before that it's usually in Mississippi.
So by doing this project, did you find anything that you didn't know before, discover before?
Yes, my grandmother on my mother's side was married before my grandfather, and she had 3 kids before these kids, and with another man. But back in that time, like in the early 1900s, if you were married to someone and you left them, and the person had enough, knew enough people and was high up, he could take his kids from you, and he did that when she got with my grandfather. So she never got to see her kids until they were older, their adult ages.
Oh, very nice.
Any more questions?
So I know your whole history now. It's nice. It's nice now. It's a good history.
Thank you.
And once we're London.